guys, today's video is a perfect winter video because just like in winter, hot cocoa is not just for Christmas time. It is nice and warm all the time when it is nice and freezing cold here in Wisconsin. So today's project is going to be a hot cocoa mug. I decided to add a little bit more to mine to really make it pop out, but that's the whole goal, is to kind of make it stand out and create a three-dimensional hot cocoa mug that is there and it looks nice and hot and toasty and perfect for those cold days. All right, you guys, let's get started. So to get started for our project, what you are going to need, just like always, is a pencil or some sort of a writing utensil. Pencils are easiest because you can erase if you make a mistake, and eraser if you need it. And then, as always, I like to use my Sharpie to draw with mine, so it's a little easier for you guys to see, and I like the way that it looks when it's outlined. All right, so to start our hot cocoa mug, what we are gonna do is we are gonna start towards the kind of middle of our paper, and we're gonna start with a nice long oval. So long and skinny oval. All right, from here we're gonna go straight down, and this is where you can kind of decide if you want yours to be a taller hot cocoa mug or a narrower one, or whatever size you want to. I think I'm actually gonna bring mine down just a smidge more, make mine nice and big. All right, following the same idea with the curve on the top, we're gonna follow through and curve on the bottom as well. So you're curving and coming back to connect that. Now that has the main shape of our hot cocoa mug here. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our handle in. So starting about maybe 1 finger space to 2, depending on how tall your mug is, down from the bottom, you're gonna go out and you're gonna come back in. Kind of think of like the ear shape. So it's a little curved out and then it comes back down and in. And you don't wanna go quite to the bottom, you wanna go maybe a 1/2 finger space to 1 finger space up. And then we're gonna go on the inside and we're gonna follow that with a parallel line. That'll go and create our actual handle for our hot cocoa mug. All right, right now our hot cocoa mug is floating in the air, so we're gonna ground it. So about halfway through your hot cocoa mug, you're gonna start on the edge of the paper. You're gonna draw a line until you hit your mug. You're gonna lift up, keep following until you hit where your handle is. Go down again, pick up when you hit your handle, and follow across. So this way it looks like it's actually sitting on a table. All right, of course a hot cocoa mug cannot be complete without some actual hot cocoa in there. So we're gonna take our background and we wanna make sure that it actually looks like there's hot cocoa in there. Instead of just coloring this, when we were to just color this, what it's gonna look like is it's gonna look like the hot cocoa is all the way to the very, very edge. We don't quite want that. So following the curve of our top of our mug, you're gonna draw a nice little line that goes down. So you're curving up and then back down. And this is gonna give us the illusion that there is actually some hot cocoa in our mug. Now, you also wanna kind of thicken this outer edge by just drawing a little tiny parallel line with that one. So that curves by going down and back up. So now this actually looks like the lip of our mug. All right, because it is hot cocoa is hot. So we're gonna draw some nice steam lines. So starting maybe kind of halfway between your cup and the top of your paper, you're gonna just draw a curvy, wavy line. Okay, now when you do the second one, you wanna start at the exact same point, but you wanna get wider as you go out and down, and then you wanna come back into that same point. So it's skinny, then it's fatter as it goes through, and then it comes back to skinny. And we're gonna do a couple of these. So just draw a couple little lines of some steam. Just like so. Now our hot cocoa mug looks like it is nice and warm and toasty. Of course, if you are anything like me, I like some marshmallows in my hot cocoa mug. So when you draw the marshmallow though, you don't just want it floating because you don't see a full marshmallow. Usually they're half under the hot cocoa itself. So you're gonna start with a little half oval. And then you're gonna bring it over a little. And you're gonna curve down. So what it looks like is there's actually a little piece of marshmallow floating in there. And you're gonna do a couple of these. So a little half circle, curve it over, curve it down. And what these are gonna end up looking like is the marshmallows floating, okay? Now, you can either draw a line underneath them with your drawing utensil, or when you color, you can just fill the hot cocoa up to them. Because I'm doing mine with Sharpie, I'm gonna draw that little line underneath. So you're just drawing a little line that's a little bit longer than each so that it looks like it's actually partially under the hot cocoa itself. All right, next what we're gonna do is we are going to focus on our background a little. So you can focus on that when you're coloring. You can draw a pattern or a design in there. You can also focus on kind of your table when you're coloring as well. So that's going to be more towards the coloring portion when I'll focus on that. I'm not going to actually draw anything, but if you want to draw some of your designs, either if you polka dot your background or stripe your background, however you want to, it's totally up to you. All right, so now we're going to finish with the designs on our mug, because right now our mug is kind of boring. We want it nice and designed, okay? So I'm going to turn my paper sideways for this part, because I'm going to curve with my hot cocoa mug curve. See how that's curved? And I'm gonna draw three. Yeah, we'll do 3 lines. So I'm curving with my mug, curving with my mug, and I'm gonna do one more, curved with my mug. So I have 3 stripes, or when I turn it back this way, I have 4 different sections. If you wanna do a couple more, go ahead. If you wanna do less, that's totally fine too. It's up to you. This is your project. All right, so then what I want to do is I want to draw some patterns. Okay, so you can start kind of however you want. If you want to polka dot it, if you want to make some stripes. Right now, I am just doing some X's, and I'm connecting my X's together so that it looks like little diamonds. And that's always a pattern I like to do. I think it makes it look cool and it's fun. All right, then maybe my next one, I'm gonna do some kind of half ovals. Fill in that space a little. And then maybe I'll do little dots above that. So this part, of course, like I said, you can design however you want to because it's your hot cocoa mug and it's unique to you. You can design how I do. You can change it up. Totally fine to do it whichever way you want to. If you want to make yours a holiday themed one, you can, or a winter themed, or maybe even you just have a favorite mug at home that you kind of want to go off of. Either one is totally fine, but you're going to design all of your mug. And maybe I'll stripe my bottom. And there we have it. All right, now when it comes time to color, I always like to show this part before I fast forward too much because we also want it to, again, look like it's sitting down and there's some space in our image. So you can add a shadow by just taking like a black, whatever coloring utensil you're using, and you just kind of go just a little past the edge of your cup, and you're gonna go a little past on this side, and then you just kind of color a little bit underneath. And what this is it's gonna give the illusion that there's actually a shadow. We kind of have our little handle, so that side will maybe be a little more because there's the handle as well. Of course, you can also draw some designs on your handle if you want to too, just to kind of really change yours up. I'm gonna leave mine kind of plain just because my cup itself is so detailed and designed. All right, so next I'm going to fast forward through this. Like always, do not forget to sign your artwork because you are artists and you should always sign it. You can either sign it now or sign it at the end, and then I will pop back on at the end and show you how far I've come and what I have all done with my designs and colors. All right, you guys have fun making yours. So here is my hot cocoa mug. I decided to kind of go with some different colors. That way I could have it all year round. So it's not just wintry or Christmassy, but just super cute and full of color. So as you see, I added a little bit of pattern into my backgrounds as well. So I did a little bit of wood grain on my ground, and I did a little bit of kind of plaid-ish striped type cross hatching things. So different background, different colors, it really pops out then, and it stands out and looks like it's actually a three-dimensional hot cocoa mug. So I hope you guys had fun with this. Like always, make sure that you're sharing your images with me. I love seeing them either on YouTube or on our Facebook, Miss Grayway's Art Room, because I love to see kind of how you guys take this and how you make them your own. So I hope you guys had fun. We will see you in our next video.